Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd ask that you please silence your cell phones. Welcome to your freshman convocation. My name is Rachel Adams. I am your student government president here at Gordon State College. I have the privilege of standing here before you and answering the question of the day. Why are we here? Convocation basically means a coming together, which is what you are doing right now. You're coming together as one class to be challenged and inspired. In a few moments, the Gordon State College faculty will march in and you'll notice your professors dressed in their individual regalia, which symbolizes their academic accomplishments. You may only see this happen twice in your academic career. Today, as they welcome you into such a vital time of your life, and at your graduation when they congratulate you on your accomplishments. I hope that when you leave here today, you will be more determined than ever to reach your goals and maybe even set a few goals a little higher than you ever have before. Because every one of you are perfectly capable of doing whatever you set your mind to. Could we please stand, and if you're wearing a hat, please remove it, out of respect for the entering faculty. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce to you the leadership of Gordon State College. When I call your name, if you could please stand and remain standing. Ms. Lynn Rumfelt, Chair of the Faculty Senate and bearer of the Gordon State College Mace. Dr. Max Burns, President of Gordon State College. Mr. Camilo Caballero, alumnus of Gordon College. Dr. Margaret Venable, Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs. Mrs. Rhonda Toon, Vice President of Institutional Advancement. Dr. Dennis Chamberlain, Vice President of Student Affairs. Dr. Richard Baskin, Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Ed Whitelock, Interim Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Mike Mahan, Dean of the School of Education. Dr. Ann Purvis, Dean of the School of Nursing. Dr. Teresa Stanley, Chair, Department of Biology. Dr. Jeff Knighton, Chair, Department of Business and Public Service. Dr. Tom Aiello, Chair, Department of History and Political Science. Dr. Steve Rainey, Chair, Department of Humanities. Dr. Alan Fuller, Interim Chair, Department of Math and Physical Science. Could everyone please stand and join me in thanking each one for their service to Gordon State College. And now, I am completely honored to introduce to you two remarkable people who will be coming to speak to you. Camilo Caballero is a Gordon graduate and is now attending Georgia Tech, where he studies international business. He is definitely qualified to share with you how to be successful at Gordon. Following Camilo will be Dr. Max Burns, the president of Gordon State College. Dr. Burns has made quite the great impression on the students at Gordon during his time here. I know he's looking forward to getting to know each one of you. He believes in the students of Gordon, and for that I am very thankful. So without further ado, could you please welcome our speakers?
All right. I'm an alumni here from Gordon College. Just visiting back. It's always nice to be back at school. You spend here 2 years of your life, and then you come back, things have changed, but you always feel like you're at home. And I hope that's going to be the same way for you. I'm a little bit taller than she was, so I'm going to put it up a little bit. All right, they told me to come here and tell you about my experience at Gordon, my 2 years of Gordon in 5 minutes. Then I realized that's impossible. It would be a day-by-day story, and you guys might ask why. Because every single one of my days here at Gordon mattered as if it was my last day of graduation. And that will be the same for you. Your graduation starts today. First, in the short time, I want to share with you 4 things that I live by: motivation, perseverance, hard work, and hope. In my downtimes, these 4 things always have my back. Second, tell you about my recent success and my background. I'm a current senior at Georgia Tech. I was recently working at the U.S. Embassy in Madrid, Spain. Then I went to go work at the U.S. Embassy in Lima, Peru, for the Department of State. I'm sure some of you have heard of the recent stories at the Department of State working with the conflict in Syria. Well, I was at the embassy in Madrid and in Lima. We're dealing with some of these issues as well. Then on my return, I was invited to go to D.C. To visit the Department of State and stand on the podium where Secretary of State stands and briefs the press and the rest of the world. Georgia Tech has no records of any other students doing a back-to-back internship with State Department overseas before me. I'm the first, not because I'm smarter than anyone at Tech or because I have a cool accent. It's because I worked hard and I did what I liked and I was successful. You may ask yourselves, how did he get to do all of that? Well, I'm from a very beautiful country in South America that unfortunately does not have the same professional opportunities as those presented here in the US. My grandfather was shot and killed by a terrorist group in his farm in front of my uncle. My father left home when I was a baby, leaving mom in charge with no money. So how did my mother get me here? With love, motivation, and hope. My older brother is gay, and his struggles were deeper as my family is socially conservative and brave-hearted from their struggles against terrorism. But my brother had hope and motivation. When I came to Gordon, I had hope and motivation. Do you guys hear any resemblances in our stories? I viewed my need for education as something simple and not complex. I, Camilo, don't want to be a puppet of the government, a target of corporate America, or anything other than just another person in society. I came to school because I want to be able to understand why my government is taxing me certain percentages, why my bank is charging me an extra fee, how Obamacare is going to affect my insurance, or simply because when I have kids, I want to be able to tell them when they ask me questions, when they see American soldiers being killed in conflicts in other countries, and they ask me why, Dad. So tie your class lessons to something real in your life, and you will see how much more interesting your life will get. For the first time in public, for you lucky freshmen, I'm going to reveal my 5-step recipe that I use to succeed in every class. Be shameless to ask questions, but respectful. Be a leader, but a classmate. Be opportunist, but ethical. Listen and be skeptical. And 5th, and most important, befriend your professors. If I was a freshman at Gordon right now, you and I would have nothing in common. You're probably smarter than I was. Your English is your first language. And to tell you the truth, all of you guys look better than I did. Remember, hope makes you stronger. Motivation keeps you going. Perseverance opens doors, and hard work pays off. So find that song that motivates you. Bring out that hard work in person with it yourself. Be persistent with what you want, and never lose hope of accomplishing your dreams. Trust me, Gordon wasn't my first choice, but I knew that it wasn't my dead end. Gordon is a shining path that can take you anywhere you want. This is a state-accredited institution with the ability to transfer anywhere you want, and Gordon will have your back. If you want Georgia Tech, Gordon has your back. You want UGA, Gordon has your back. You want Alabama, Gordon has your back. Harvard, Gordon has your back, but you need to work hard and be persistent with what you want. Because you're not a puppet of the government or anything less than what you dream. Because now, Gordon has your back. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We're glad you're here. I'm Dr. Max Burns, and I have the privilege of serving as president at Gordon State, and it's a great privilege. And you've already heard about convocations and why we're here, but the faculty is here to honor you and to welcome you to the collegiate world and to the opportunities for success. We're going to do this again in 2 years and 4 years when you complete your degree. So only twice will we ask you to come together and celebrate, first of all, the beginning of the journey, and then at the end. I'm going to take a few minutes and share with you a few thoughts, but before I really get started on my formal remarks, I want to acknowledge a few things. First of all, I appreciate our Student Government Association, your Student Government Association. I appreciate Ms. Adams. Thank you, Rachel. And the officers who are here and members of the SGA. I want you to think about how you might engage. I want to challenge you to engage in some co-curricular activities. There are a lot of options for you, and I hope you'll explore one or more of those. Certainly the SGA is an option, the Campus Activity Board, the History Club, Earth, Wind, and Fire, which is our science club, one or more of the STEP teams, perhaps the Gospel Choir, or even the Student African American Brotherhood, perhaps the Newman Club, Toastmasters, Student Veterans of America, the TAG group, which is your tutors assistance group, or any of more than 30 organizations that you can be a part Perhaps you like sports. Congratulations to Coach Bright and our Highlander soccer team. If you're a member of the soccer team, stand up. All right, there you go. Now, they won last night. It was a great night, wasn't it? 2-1. 2-1 last night over Emory at Oxford. Great game, ladies. Thank you. They're off to a quick start. They're 2-1-1. You can catch them on the internet, right? You can find out the schedule and you can participate in soccer. Coach Campbell and his cross-country team, both men's and women's, are preparing for their season. It'll start in a month or so. We appreciate them. We're going to have basketball right here. If you don't have anything better to do other than study, you schedule that studying around an opportunity to come to a Highlander basketball game. It's a lot of fun. We're going to be right here. We appreciate Coach Engel and his team preparing for that. Both Coach McClanahan in baseball and Coach Hatterman in softball are preparing for their spring season, but they're playing in the fall. So there's lots of opportunity there. If you're a student athlete, if you're on scholarship at Gordon State College participating in athletics as well as academics, please stand. I know you're there. These are your representatives. These are people who represent you. Thank you, guys. These are people that represent you both at home and away. So if you're into sports, we have those opportunities for you. Before I start the last part of what I want to say, I have to talk about something that's near and dear to all of you. Let's talk parking. You want to talk about parking? Parking is always a challenge on a college campus. You all arrive at the same time. You're all running a few minutes late. You're all hunting for a place close to your classes, and you find them non-existent. So, what do you do? Well, here's some quick advice. First of all, arrive early. That's hard to do, isn't it? Especially with 36 and the traffic right now. But arrive early. I suggest about 30 minutes before your scheduled class. Second, I want you to be prepared to enjoy a lovely stroll through our beautiful campus as you make your way to class. And then finally, I want you to stop by one of our refreshment kiosks and grab a quick pick-me-up so that you'll be alert during class. Now, if that is not exactly what you had in mind, I have a deal for you. If you want a primo parking place, we have a super reserved lot for you. It's available to any full-time student who earns a 4.0 in the previous term. You make a 4.0 in the fall, and I have your parking place for the spring. It's for outstanding students who focus on achievement. It's right behind the Honors House. Imagine that. It's right behind the School of Education, just next door to the Russell Hall, close to nursing, close to IC. It's a good opportunity. I want to challenge you to be a 4.0 student in the fall so that at least you can enjoy some excellent parking options in the spring. There are literally hundreds of opportunities here at Gordon State College. I hope you'll take advantage of some of those. All right. I have a cell phone. Do y'all have a cell phone? Does anyone here have a cell phone? Do you really? I hope they're silenced. I know that was a request. Okay. So I have a cell phone. It's a pretty standard cell phone, but it has a timer on it, and I want to invite you to get your cell phone out, because I realize you have them with you anyway, and I want you to time what I'm going to say, okay? So I have a stopwatch, and I'm going to take, and in 5 minutes, we're going to be ready to move on, okay? You ready? I'm going to hit start. You got to sit up and pay attention. And I might accidentally say something that I hope you would hear. Okay, first of all, what do I expect of you? I expect you to be a serious student. I want you to make your work here at Gordon State College your top priority. Why? Well, because the work you do here will change your life. Gordon will prepare you for opportunities that you cannot now imagine. You must seize the opportunity to receive a quality education. So I expect you to be a serious student. I expect you to set goals. I would suggest your first goal is the achievement of your associate's degree in 2 years. Not 3, not 4, not more, but 2 years. Short-term goals, earn an associate's degree. At the end of that time, you can choose what your next goal will be. It could be a bachelor's degree at Gordon. It could be a bachelor's degree at any university system school of your choice, or it could be a bachelor's degree at any university of your choice. We will prepare you for that. But in order to achieve your goal, you have to have a plan. You have to have a plan. You have to manage your time. You have to build a daily schedule. I want you to execute your plan. Build a plan, execute the plan, start today. You must start by attending all classes. Imagine that. Attend all classes. Complete all assignments in a timely manner. Actively participate in the courses. Ask questions. Be inquisitive. Contribute to the discussion. Provide insightful comments. B's are better. C's do you no good. C says you're average. There's not a single person in this room that's average. We have the best prepared, most highly qualified entering class in our history. And I know what you are capable of. So it's B's are better. C's do you no good. So, plan to be successful. Plan to be successful. I expect you to seek help. There's not a single one of us that goes through an academic program that at one point in time or another, you need someone to help you. Our faculty, our staff, and your fellow students are here to help you. How many of you know where the Student Success Center is? I hope all of you do. I want you all to find that wonderful place. I want you to visit it early and often. I want you to know that it's populated by students just like you who have been successful in the courses that you may be struggling with. Don't get behind. Rarely can you catch up. If you do poorly at the beginning, it's hard to overcome a slow start. So, don't get behind. I expect you to seek help. I expect you to respect yourself and others. I expect you to conduct yourself in a professional manner. I expect that to be in your dress, in your language, in your demeanor, and in your attitude. I expect you to respect your fellow students, our faculty, and our staff. I expect you to respect Gordon State College, its history and its contribution to Georgia and to the region. This school was founded in 1852. After 160 years, we still serve a wonderful state. I expect you to respect our facilities and the grounds. I expect you to be successful. Many of you have come from supportive environments that have prepared you for success at Gordon State College. Some of you may not have been as fortunate. You've had to overcome countless obstacles just to be here, and I applaud you. Don't let your past dictate your future. You control and determine your future. Your success begins with a good first year. I expect you to be here next fall, to continue your journey and to prepare yourself for a brighter future. Finally, I expect you to have fun. This is an enjoyable time, and this is an enjoyable experience. It will become the most meaningful and rewarding time in your life. Best friends forever, BFFs, are made here at Gordon, and they're made now. I want to thank you for choosing Gordon State College. We're here to support your success. Please allow us to help you pursue your passions. I look forward to seeing you on campus this fall and beyond. Have a good day. 5 minutes, 3 seconds.
Okay, does everyone have a program? All right, if you could pull that out. On the back of your program, you'll see the Gordon State College Creed. I would love it if we could all stand and read this together as a student body. You love me for that. Ready? I believe in education centered on the principles of empowerment, excellence, and personal growth. I believe in intellectual and academic honesty and integrity, without which I cannot earn the respect of those with whom I interact. I believe in developing a sound mind, a sound body, and a spirit that is not afraid. I believe in serving my country and my community by seeking justice, respecting diversity, and living courageously. I believe that these goals can only be achieved through hard work, open-minded inquiry, and responsible living. Please remain standing for the recessional and until you are dismissed.